It's been interesting times for us, for sure. Most of us are in some sort of leadership position, and we like to control things. We know we can't, but we especially can't now. Some of us are experiencing challenges with our businesses or in our positions like we've never had to deal with before. Some of the challenges are just trying to keep things afloat. For others, it's great prosperity, actually. But they're both challenges. And we love planning. I don't know about you guys, but we're scheduled to have our quarterly planning session on Thursday. We will be having it, but it's kind of confusing. Not really sure what to plan for. I guess we're going to try at least for 30 days. We have no idea what our sales projections should be over the next 90 days. And again, even in prosperity, how do you know? Could be super busy right now like you've never seen, and that could change when things return to some level of normalcy. So there's so much beauty in all this, actually, when you think about it, because it's sort of forcing us all to just kind of let go. I'm sure it was difficult for many of us at the outset to do that, but we're starting to have to accept it, and so it's an interesting lesson for all of us. And of course, being confined to our homes, we do find ourselves with a little bit extra time. A lot of us have to commute. If you just think about that time, maybe you found yourself an extra 20 to 60 minutes a day just from not having to be in a vehicle going from place to place. Maybe you find yourself with a little bit extra time, where you were going from meeting to meeting. So you have that extra time. Or maybe you're not traveling. I would imagine none of us are, who are on this call at least. And if you're not traveling, you have more time to pay closer attention to things. And because we have that time, maybe we can't control a little bit about how we use it. So maybe that's one thing we could control. Now it's a really important time to focus in on our mental and physical health. A lot of times we're going so fast, and we have a lot of good reasons why we can't do that, but maybe there's less reasons now. So this is a great time to focus on some of those things. We talk about these 6 things at my company. We call them the Simple 6. And these are the 6 things that we all feel like we would like to do a better job with, but it's difficult to do for some reason for all of us. And it starts with having good mindfulness practice, meditation practice, making sure we get enough sleep, proper nutrition, making sure we move, connecting with other people, and expressing gratitude. There's a million of these things that we all know we need to do, but these are just 6 that we focus in on. So before we get started with the meditation, I thought maybe we could all do a little bit of a self-assessment. We could kind of bring some awareness to at least these 6 things, and maybe you'll think of some others, and you can kind of use this simple exercise. We'll start with a self-assessment on a mindfulness practice, and we'll use a continuum of 1 to 10. And let's say 1 is you put no priority on a mindfulness practice, and 10 is it's a daily thing for you. It's a high priority. So just think of where you are on that continuum, scale of 1 to 10. Just grab a number in your head. Okay. And so let's just say if you're 6 or so or below, what's kind of getting in your way? You just pick one thing that gets in your way. And now thinking about sleep, and use that same continuum where 1 is you don't make sleep a priority at all, and 10 is it's an absolute priority in your life, and pick your number. And if it's 6 or below, maybe kind of what's getting in your way with that. And no judgment to yourself here, because all the reasons are legitimate. So you're just bringing awareness to the reason. That's all you're doing right now. Just bringing awareness to it. So how about nutrition? Are you fueling your body the way you need to? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 is you don't put a priority on it at all, and 10 is it's a daily priority. And if it's 6 or below, it's what's getting in your way. And then movement, kind of confined to our homes now. So those that go to gyms or do different fitness classes or things like that, there's a new reality. Can't go do that. So that makes things difficult sometimes, especially for those of us that have routines. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't make it a priority at all, and 10 is it's a daily priority. Where do you find yourself on that continuum in terms of putting that priority on movement? Daily brisk walk does count, by the way. At least to me it does. So what's getting in your way if you're 6 or below? Okay, now connection. Look at us. It's like the universe did us a favor. The universe said, hey, here's the deal. We're going to have this crazy thing go on with all the humans on Earth. But before we do it, we're going to make sure the internet is really good. And we're going to make sure there's at least 2 or 3 really strong video platforms, because these humans are going to go crazy if they can't see each other. They have to at least be able to see each other, and it can't be too clunky. Maybe a little, but not too much. So we have that gift to be able to see each other and connect in the way that we are now. So outside of this group, and maybe even outside of your regular day-to-day meetings that you're a part of, are you able to make connection a priority? So on that continuum of 1 to 10, 1 is you're not making it a priority at all, and 10 is it's a daily priority. Find where you sit there. And of course, if you're 6 or below, maybe just think about what's getting in your way. Okay, and then finally, gratitude. Now, most of us, I don't want to assume, but most of us that are on this call, we do have the basics of life pretty much in place. So there's something to be grateful for. We do know that. I know most of the people here well enough to know that they are grateful people. So from a scale to 1 to 10, where 1 is you actually take 1 is you're not finding it a priority to think about something you're grateful for on a daily basis. And 10 is you're doing it regularly. Maybe you're writing something down in a journal or just pausing each morning or evening to think about one thing that you're grateful for. Where do you sit on that continuum? And if you're 6 or below, just maybe think about what's getting in your way. Okay, so maybe some of those things are good to be aware of and without judgment, nothing to feel bad about. We're all doing our best each day, especially in these times. And so what's really cool is, as a community, you know, we could do something really unique, and that is we could sit in silence and do a meditation together, which is a lot of power in that. And although we're not physically together, we do know that we are together energetically. We do know that. and we can feel each other's energy. And so we're going to do a 10-minute meditation. For some people, that's no big deal. And for others, it's going to feel like a long time. So do your best. If you're uncomfortable and you need to get up, just do it. Do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. I'll get us set up. Then I'm going to ring a bell. And then another bell will ring at the end of the 10 minutes. In between, you might hear my voice just checking in. So let's start by getting set up. I always use something that I was learned, which is the 7 points of posture. And so for most of us, we're sitting on a chair, on a chair. But if you're not, maybe you're sitting on the floor in a vehicle or something like that. Just do your best to be comfortable, first and foremost. If you're on a chair and it's comfortable enough for you to take your back off the back of the chair, do that so you're self-supporting. Again, but if that's not comfortable for you, don't worry about it. You can make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the ground and they're apart, not crossed. So you could kind of feel the earth beneath you, so to speak. And then you can take your hands and gently rest them on your legs. You could kind of feel the sensation of your hands on your legs. And then your torso upright, not too rigid and not too soft, sort of in a dignified manner, comfortable. And then you could bring your chin down slightly and have your gaze 3 or 4 feet in front of you. You can leave your eyes open, and if you choose to do so, just a fuzzy gaze. Or you can close your eyes, and that's what I choose to do. And so now that you're set up in a comfortable position, you can bring your awareness to your breath. You just breathe normally, in through your nose and out through your nose, just focusing on the path of your breath. As you do that for a while, your mind will start to wander. That's normal. We're not here to clear our mind. We're here to bring awareness to the present moment. So when you recognize your thinking, you recognize your thoughts, just bring your attention to them without judgment, without control. Just let that be an indicator to come back to your breath. Breathing in normally. Come into the present moment. That's all we really have right now. So I'm ringing the bell now. You may hear my voice in between at some point. you can bring your attention back to your body. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. Bring your attention to your surroundings. Reorient yourself for just a moment. All right. So what a really beautiful thing for us all to be able to get together and do this for 10 minutes. A community of people that care deeply for their people and for each other. I really thank you guys for coming on and doing this. It's pretty special.